Business and technology. Chapter 1 to chapter 18 we have covered so far. Let's discuss about chapter 19. The name of chapter 19 is recruitment and selection of employees. I mean, this chapter is mainly relating to HR, human resource. I mean, two things we will discuss in this chapter: recruitment of employees and selection of employees. What could be the difference between recruitment and selection? If any organization want to employ different people, there will be two processes: recruitment and selection. Recruitment means attracting. Selection means finally adding to the organization. In recruitment, there will be more people, but in selection, there will be final outcome, either one or the required people. So half the chapter will be based on recruitment, in how we can perform recruitment. Recruitment means attracting employees. How organization can attract employees? By placing an advertisement for the job. Yeah. Where? Website, company website, LinkedIn, promotional newspaper, business journals. And how organizations select? By conducting interview, by conducting a test, they can select. So half chapter will be based on recruitment and half will be based on selection. So recruitment and selection are part of same process. Obviously, before selection, there will be recruitment. However, they are slightly different to each other. This is an easy chapter. Just we need to read the lines. By reading, we will be able to understand. Even if I say cover by yourself, you can cover by yourself, but you will not cover. So we're gonna cover together during the class. So what is recruitment? Recruitment involves attracting a range of suitable candidates for a given role. Attracting a range of suitable candidates for a given role within the organization. Why you are attracting? You need people. It is a process of contacting the labor market, both inside and outside. I mean, if you want to appoint people from within the organization from lower level to upper level, that will be inside recruitment. But if you want to have people from outside the organization, that will be outside. Communicating opportunities and informing and gathering interest. I mean, what opportunities, what vacancies you are having, the communication of those vacancies to people inside the organization or outside the organization will be called recruitment. While selection, at choosing the most suitable candidate, mean after attracting so many, you will choose the required number of people, that will be called selection. The aim of selection is to identify from those coming forward the individual most likely to fulfill the requirement of the organization. In who will fulfill the criteria, the job role criteria, obviously you will select it. The overall aim of the recruitment and selection process is to obtain the quantity and quality of employees. Quantity means required number and quality means required skills to fulfill the objective of the organization. The importance of recruitment and selection. The recruitment and selection is very important because if you are not properly following recruitment and selection, might be you will be selecting wrong person who was not able to perform that work. This means the whole process behind recruitment and selection will be lost. Not only the time, there will be cost. So that's why you need to be very careful in recruitment and selection process, because this is important. Obviously, if you are making delay in selecting the candidate, in appointing the candidate, your work will not be performed properly. And this will create losses for the organization as well. So employees are critical, important to the success of most organization. Without employees, you cannot run organization. Organization is a group of people. Who group of people? Employees. It is therefore vital to ensure that correct staff are selected and we have the appropriate who have the appropriate skills and fit well into the social structure of the organization. Not only skills, while selecting, you have to check their personality, whether they will fit in our organization, whether they will able to work with other employees of the organization or not. If an unsuitable person is hired for a role, they are likely to be discontent. Discontent means unsatisfied. Will be unlikely to give of their best and will be more likely to leave either voluntarily or involuntarily, mean you have to dismiss him, or voluntarily he will resign because he is not satisfied with the job, because you have chosen the wrong person for the specified role. For engineering tasks, you have appointed accountancy background person. If he is having accountancy knowledge, then you should choose him because he need to perform accounting function. So accounting knowledge people require. Engineering knowledge people require. So the consequences of poor recruitment mean if there is a poor recruitment and selection, what could be the consequences? What could be the problems? High staff turnover. What is staff turnover? Staff leaving the organization. Staff in out. Obviously, the person you have recruited will be out. You have to start the recruitment selection process again. High cost of advertising the vacancies. Obviously, to advertise the vacancy for recruitment for attraction, there will be a cost. Management time involved the selection and training in all time will be lost. Might be the previous person you have trained, but he has resigned. This means you have to appoint another person and you need to provide more training for the other person. The expense of dismissal. It's not easy that you can dismiss employee. While dismissing employee, you have to pay him according to the contract. Like if employee want to leave, he have to give the notice period. If you want to dismiss, you have to give the notice period. And if you want to dismiss before notice period, obviously till notice period, you have to give the payment. The negative effect of high staff turnover, obviously existing staff morale will be down. Why people are leaving? This means this is not happy place to work. This will create demotivation among other staff members. Reduce business opportunities. Obviously, if there are lack of shortage of staff, there will be some issues for the business. Business might be not achieving some opportunities because there is no staff to capture that. Reduce quality of the organization product services. Obviously, if a trained employee is leaving, untrained cannot produce that much quality that trained employee was producing. And this will ultimately affect your customer because the new staff cannot provide high quality services until he is trained enough. So these are the problems that organization need to face if the recruitment and selection process was not properly considered. Just reading. Recruitment and selection process. The recruitment process comprises the following steps. First, you need to agree the vacancy to be filled. Agree the vacancy to be filled means you need to see how many people you want. how much the qualification you required from that person. Whether you want to fill this vacancy from within the organization or you need an external person, or you can ask any other employee to perform dual role instead of his working on main one role, he can work on two role with a little bit extra pay. So first you need to agree the vacancy to be filled. How you should fill the vacancy, either from within, either from outside, either from existing or new hires. Then you need to prepare job analysis. Job analysis mean you need to study. If suppose one person has left, either we need a person who will perform that role, or we need a person who will perform that role as well as some extra responsibility. Then you need to define job description, mean what could be the role responsibility of the person that you are going to recruit, select. And then you need to prepare person specification. Mean what should be the qualification of the person, what should be the experience of the person, either male or female, what age group, sometime relating to what origin. So that will be person specification. What personality we require. As a manager, we need a person. As a employee, we need a person. So accordingly, you need to define the personality as well. And these are the things that we need to consider in recruitment. Agree the vacancy, job analysis, job description, person specification, and then we need to attract the candidate. Mean how we should attract the candidate, either through how we can attract candidate by advertising, or we can consult different recruitment agencies. They are having CVs, they are having contacts of different people. They will help you to provide people. You know, those recruitment agencies are also called consultants. Obviously, they will charge you, but your time will be saved to you. Like you will perform your routine function and they will help you in recruiting. So agree the vacancy. When an employee leave an organization, the vacancy they leave present an opportunity to the business to either reassess the requirement of the job. Either we need to find a person that will perform only this role, or we can find a person who can perform this as well as some additional. To consider restructuring, the organization could consider analysis the role in more detail. What its purpose, has it changed? How this could lead to not replacing the employees. Could the vacant role be handled by existing staff through retraining, promotion, or adjustment of workload? Mean the work can be distributed to existing staff members, or replacing the employees with part-time workers. Alternative to full-time employment, including home working, job sharing, flexible time contracts, mean how we can perform this role either from existing staff, from new staff, if new staff permanent or part-timer, full-timer, either he will work from home, or how we can manage this. Then we need to define the job analysis. What is job analysis? Detailed study and description of the task that make up the job. Mean what is the task that the new person will fulfill. And then we need to prepare job description. Job description means what role responsibility required from the person, either at management level, at lower level, at supervisor level. So once management fully understand the role that they wish to fulfill, they can prepare a job description. How many hours, how many days in a week, at what level he will work. A job description is a broad statement of purpose, scope, duties, and responsibilities of the job. manager, assistant manager, supervisor, what could be the designation? A typical job description will tend to include job title, manager, assistant manager, supervisor, purpose of the job, either to manage a team or work individually, position of the job in relation to other in the company, and key difficulties in the job. What could be the wages, salaries? What could be the principal duties? Under what condition he has to work, either outdoor activities or indoor in office activities. Job description have several main purposes, including they form the basis for advertising the role to prospective candidate. Mean through this you can prepare advertisement because you need to explain either you need sale manager, purchase manager, assistant manager, supervisor. So you can define title for advertisement. Can be used to help select the right candidate for the role. If a job is not properly described, you will not be able to select the right candidate. Because against job description, you will conduct the interview, you will screen through the application CVs. They are often used as a basis for writing the content of employment for the role. What could be the role responsibility in detail? You can write down through job description. They can be used as a way of setting targets for employees. Through this, you can set targets. What you want to achieve from that employee. Then you need to define the person specification. Person specification means personal qualities and attribute of the people that you want to select. And according to Alec Rogers, in person specification, you have to consider skip deck, special attitude, circumstances under which employee will work, his interest, because through interest of a person, you can check his personality. Physical makeup, either you need formal person, informal person. Dispositions mean nature, ideas. Attainments mean what he has attained in the past, and general intelligence that you need to check whether he is intelligent enough to tackle problematic situation or not. So special attitude, what skills and abilities should be candidates having? Attitude me, abilities and skills, i.e. manual dexterity, skill with words and numbers. Obviously, if you are appointing person for accounting department, so you need a person who is good in numbers, who can calculate figures quickly. If you are going to appoint a person for marketing purpose, so you need a person who is good with words. Through words, he can influence others, attract others. Circumstances, does the job have any special demand, requirement to work unsociable hours, mean at night? Interest, is the person active or social in their personal life? This may aid in the job. Like being a manager, you need a person who can work with others, who can afford talking with others. Physical makeup, what is the appropriate person appearance and level of health required? Obviously, for any physical work, you need a healthy person. Disposition, what sort of nature should the ideal candidate have? Do they need to be social or calm in crisis and good under pressure? And attainments, does the candidate need specific qualification or achievement for the role? Past experience. And general intelligence, should the ideal candidate be average or above average to be successful in the role? A highly intelligent person you want, or average intelligence can work. So according to Alec Rogers, while defining person specification, you need to focus on skip doc, special aptitude, circumstances, interest, physical makeup, disposition, attainments, and general intelligence. So after agreeing the vacancy, you need to define job analysis, job description, person specification, and then you should move towards attracting candidates, mean how we should attract the candidates, from where we should attract the candidates. This stage involves persuading relevant candidates to apply for the role of organization. The first thing to consider when attracting a candidate is whether to recruit externally or use an existing staff to fill the role. And this could be done via promotion of existing staff within the organization. Secondment means temporary replacement. Like from any of your other city office, you are calling staff from that office to this city where there is vacant job. That is called secondment. Mean temporarily assigning staff from other department or other office to fill the vacancy of existing staff, which may or may not become permanent. We see temporary basis. Closing the job down by sharing out duties with responsibility with among existing staff members. We're not hiring a new person. You have shared the duties with existing staff members. Are rotating the job among the staff so that the vacant job is covered by different staff periodically. Meaning first 1 month that branch person will work on this area. Second month, other branch person will work on this area. Third month, other branch will work on this area. Fourth, the first person will come again. So like this. You can recruit people from internal within the organization or external outside the organization. What could be the advantages of internal recruitment? What could be the advantages of external recruitment? Let's discuss. Internal recruitment. This will create motivation for employees, especially if you are promoting people from lower level to upper level. They will be having a chance we can move upward. This will create more motivation among employees. Part of career development plan means through this, you can, our employee can develop their career. They can move towards next level. Know the staff already. Obviously, if you are employing people from outside the organization, they are not that much familiar about organization, hierarchy, organization, life history, who are the owners, who are the main players. If you are recruiting inside, they are having all the knowledge for the organization. They will work effectively from day one because they are already know everything. Candidate understand the work because they were already aware in which department who is doing what. If one person leave, they are already aware what he was doing that we need to perform. External person might not be aware what the previous person was doing, to whom he was reporting, how many hours he was working, how he was working, with whom he was working. So internal person know about each other. And if one person leave, they know, okay, he was doing this means if I'm going to fill that job, so I need to fill that. Save time and money, obviously, for external recruitment. If you are consulting any recruitment agency, consultants, you need to pay them. For advertising the vacancy, you need to pay. If from internal, don't need to advertise, don't need to consult recruitment or consultants. So there will be save of money as well as time, and no induction necessary. What is meant by induction? When you're appointing any new employee, you need to give them the knowledge about organization history. That is called induction. If employee coming from within the organization, there is no need to explain organization history, the culture of the organization, the system of the organization, because they are already aware of it. So no need of induction. But for external recruitment, there could be some advantages. Might be that special skills are not within the organization. Through external, you can acquire those skills that are lacking within the organization. Inject new blood into the company. Mean a person will be coming from outside the organization. He has experience of any other organization whose system is might be much better than this organization. So he can bring those ideas in this organization, who can help in innovation of this organization. May create dissatisfaction in existing employees because there are no opportunities for move on. May cost more. Obviously, you need to advertise the vacancy. For advertisement in newspaper, in TV, you need to pay cost. To recruitment agencies, if you are consulting, you need to pay them a commission. If a business decide to recruit externally, it must consider two key issues: where to find suitable candidate, internet, through newspaper, and how to advertise the job in a way that it attracts relevant candidates. What could be the potential sources? It is important to know where suitable candidates are likely to be found in order to make a contact with them. Some could include employment service job center and agencies, mean recruitment agencies, private recruitment consultants who help you to conduct interview, advisory offices. Career advisory offices like different institutes have developed their employment offices or career advisory offices, so you can get candidate from them. University, colleges, and schools, and the general public. These are the sources from where you can attract candidate. If a business decide to use a private recruitment consultant to source candidate, it would need to carefully consider whether the organization has sufficient internal expertise to find and attract relevant candidate. If you have expertise within the organization, you don't need to pay the consultant. But if you don't have expertise to conduct interview, to judge a person, then you need to consult a consultant. Whether it would benefit from the help of the experienced external consultant or not. The cost of using the consultant, obviously consultant will charge you, so you need to compare cost as well. The level of expertise required of potential employees and therefore the appropriate knowledge required of the consultants. If you are going to hire a person at management, you need to make sure whether consultant is having experience of top management recruitment or not. Otherwise, it's better if you want to employ lower level employees, then consultant should be used. For a high level organization, top management should be used. Whether there is sufficient time to select the consultant. Obviously, first you need to find the consultant. If you are hiring through consultant, he will take interview, then he will refer to you, he will discuss with you. It will take more time. If you need quick employee, then don't need to consult the consultant. You should appoint by yourself or through recruitment agency. Advertisement. The objective of recruitment advertisement is to attract the interest of suitable candidates. The advertisement itself should be concise. Concise means summarized, comprehensive, not too much detail. It should be concise, means summarized, but comprehensive enough. Like instead of writing 3 lines, you should try to put your message in half line or 1 line. That is concise and comprehensive. To be an accurate description of job title, its requirement and reward, so that people can understand properly. And only the related field people can apply. If the job description requirement, reward are not properly stated, obviously you will be receiving a CV of a different qualification people who doesn't match the vacancy. Be attractive to as many people as possible. Mean your advertisement should be attractive. Positive and honest about organization to avoid dissatisfaction when the candidate actually come into contact with the organization. Otherwise, he will leave. So that's why your advertisement should clearly explain at what role, what level, what role, and what qualification experience people are required. Include information on how to apply for the role, including the deadlines, mean up to what time people can apply and how they can apply. There is no correct advertisement medium for a business to use. The medium chosen will typically depend upon several factors. Mean what medium you are choosing for advertisement, it depends upon certain factors. The type of organization. If you are a large organization, then you need to choose a medium which requires some cost. If you are a small organization, like you are running a small cafeteria, you will not put advertisement in TV or newspaper. What you will do, you will just place advertisement outside your cafeteria. So how you gonna advertise the vacancy? It depends upon the type of the organization. It depends upon the type of the job being advertised. If you want to hire a top level management person, either you will advertise in business journals or you might be advertised through LinkedIn internet. But if you are going to appoint a labor class, they don't read journal, business journal. They don't having LinkedIn accounts. So you need to advertise in our newspaper. It depends upon the readership and circulation of the medium. Mean how I should convey message to the employees. Obviously, for laborer, newspaper, for management level, business journals. It depends upon the cost of the advertisement because different advertisement having different cost on internet, LinkedIn, you can advertise without having cost. TV, there will be a cost. Newspaper, there will be a cost. And the frequency and duration of the advertisement mean how many times you want to advertise your vacancy. On a TV, it will be advertised once. Internet, it will stay. Newspaper, for that day only. So there are different factors. Based on this, you will decide how I gonna advertise a vacancy. The type of organization, a corner shop, I mean cafeteria, will clearly advertise for new staff members in very different place to a large multinational company. The type of job being advertised, more senior position may be advertised nationally, business journals, TV, while junior position may be warrant local advertising like through local newspaper, not national newspaper. The readership and circulation of the medium, how many people will reach. The cost of advertising in national newspaper will usually cost more than local newspaper. And the frequency mean how many times you want to convey your message. The longer the planned advertisement will last, the more the organization will need to consider the cost of medium chooser. If you want, like on TV, 100 times in a day, your advertisement should be placed. So they will charge you more. 5 times a day should be placed. They will charge you accordingly. Different types of advertising include national press, mean TV, local newspaper, internet, LinkedIn, radio and TV, and specialist journals mean different magazines for the business people. But which should we choose will be based on certain factors. If the advertisement has been successful, the organization could now have a large number of potential candidates who have expressed an interest in the vacancy. But you need to shortlist for interview. So the organization therefore has to look at how to identify and select the best candidate. And it's better instead of receiving a CV that are of different form, structure, organization should prepare a standard application form that everybody should fill. Because through this, you can shortlist candidate more easily. Even if that application form is online, through system, you can shortlist more easily. The first and often easiest way of filtering out less suitable application is through the use of application form. And they will provide the organization with relevant information about the candidate. They will allow the organization to eliminate unsatisfactory applicants because 2, 3 criteria you can check. Okay, this is meeting, this is call for interview, this is not meeting, throw away. Because if you are receiving a CV, obviously you will not be able to identify things because different people prepare their CV in different format. Some state their experience first, then qualification. Some state their qualification first, then experience. Yeah. So that will require more time to shortlist the candidate. Save interview time because through application you can see things quickly. Through CV you need to read in more detail. And form initial personal record for successful candidate mean through this you can shortlist candidate more easily. This is the initial process. Through this you can look at the candidate whether he is having required qualities for the job or not. Now we are moving towards selection interview. Until this we have done the recruitment. Now we are moving towards selection interview. Once the least appropriate candidate have been rejected using their application form, the remaining applicants can be interviewed. What could be the purpose of interview? You want to see whether that person fit the job or not. Ensure that candidate understand what the job involves and what the career prospects are. If he want to discuss something, he can discuss. And if you want to judge the person, you can judge properly. Make the candidate feel that they have been treated fairly in the selection process, but your interview should be in a manner that candidate have a feeling that there is no personalization, that the interviewer is fair. There are various types of interview that organization may use. Face to face, like one person conducting interview, other candidate is sitting in front of him. Group interview. What is group interview? You have called a group of people, group of candidate, and you are asking question and asking them to raise their hand who know the answer. Group interview is not that number of people conducting the interview. No, one person conducting the interview, but the candidates, employees are more in a number, and you are asking the questions, and they will answer by raise your hand. Group interview. Instead of one-to-one, there are many candidates, but one interviewer. Succession of interviews. Succession of interviews mean first supervisor will take the interview. After supervisor, manager will conduct the interview. After manager, suppose top manager will conduct the interview. This is called succession of interviews. From level to level, different person will conduct the interview. Like first, your line manager under whom you need to work. Then might be HR department. We'll discuss different pay rates, working hours, and then top management person who will finalize the candidate by checking the skills. Who will ask the technical questions? Your line manager. Problem solving interview. Problem solving interview mean you have given a problem to a person and you are requiring answer. This could be like a test. Yes. Panel interview. Panel interview mean there are more number of people as a interviewer. That is called panel. Mean 4-5 people conducting interview for one person. Especially if you want to appoint highly intelligent person. Stress interview. Stress interview mean you have given a problematic situation to the person, have put him in more pressure, stress, so that you are checking his psyche, his personality, whether he is handling the pressure or not. He is handling the stress or not. So face-to-face interview, group interview, succession of interviews, level to level, problem solving. Mean you have asked the candidate to solve a hypothetical question. Panel interview, group of people conducting the interview, and stress, candidate deliberately placed under stress by aggressive interviewer. And he's putting pressure. He's putting pressure just to check the nerves of the interviewee candidate. During interview, you need to adopt proper skills for conducting interview. I mean, if you are asking question, you need to be patient, allow the candidate to answer it properly. You need to behave the interviewee with respect. You show that you are fair, there is no personalization. There shouldn't be any discrimination based on age, gender, religion. So if you are conducting interview with care, there could be some advantages. If you are not caring during interview, there will be disadvantages. Interview should not be like that. You have asked the question and other person is providing answer and you are using your mobile. No, this will not create a good sign. Because after interview, he will going out and the other person who are sitting for the interview, they ask what happened, what they did ask. But he will say, idiot is sitting inside. Might be the expert people will not waste their time. They will leave without interview. So you need to be careful while conducting it. So advantage of interview technique. Place candidate at ease. Don't create too much pressure. Highly interactive, allowing a flexible question and answer mean not only you are asking question, you need to listen the answer as well. Instead, you have asked question, he is trying to answer, or you put another question, he trying to answer, you have put another question. No, this is not interactive. Opportunities to assess appearance, interpersonal and communication skills mean there should be opportunities to assess his skills. Opportunities to evaluate rapport means repute between the candidate and the potential colleague bosses. And create a good repute, create a good respect among others. If you're not adopting good techniques, there will be some disadvantage. I mean, what could be the problem in interview? Too brief to get to know candidate. You have just asked 1-2 questions. I mean, didn't judge his qualification, his experience, his skills, his personality properly. Interview is an artificial situation. No, it should be in real situation. Halo effect. Halo effect mean relating to single characteristics. We don't judge a person through single characteristics. Don't judge a person through single characteristics. You have to check all his characteristics. Might be he's bad in one characteristics and he's very good in other characteristics. So you need to judge all the characteristics. There shouldn't be halo effect. Qualitative factors such as motivation, honesty, or integrity are difficult to assess. You need to focus on these things. You need to prepare some questions to check his integrity, to check whether he is motivated, satisfied, or not. Prejudice stereotyping. Stereotyping means relating to group. Mean don't judge the people according to stereotyping. Like females are more emotional, male are more aggressive. Don't judge people accordingly. All females are not emotional. All male are not aggressive. All fingers are not equal. So don't judge the people according to relating to a group. Group could be relating to age, gender, religion, ethnic origin, nationality. Don't judge the people according to relating to a group. Lack of interviewers preparation, skills, training, and practice. The person who is conducting the interview, he don't know how to conduct interview. He don't know how to ask questions because he haven't prepared the questions before conducting interview. And subjectivity and bias mean there shouldn't be any personalization. You should be fair. There shouldn't be any discrimination. Selection testing mean while selecting the candidate, you need to perform different tests. Testing can be undertaken either before or after the interview has taken place. The two basic type of tests are proficiency and attainment, in checking his skills, competence, abilities, and psychometric. Psychometric mean his aptitude, intelligence, and personality. This is the relating to work, and this is relating to role, position, title. Because if you are hiring a manager, you need to check his personality, whether he can work with other people as a team, whether he can bear other people, whether he can afford other people. If he is rigid, he want to work in isolation by himself only, he will not be a good manager. Being a manager, you need to work with others. So two basic tests that you need to focus on. Proficiency and attainment, these are used to examine the applicant's competence, skills, and abilities in area which will be required in the job they have applied for. Whether he have particular experience, whether he have particular qualification or not, knowledge of the area or not. While psychometric, they are more general and test psychological factors such as his aptitude, his intelligence, and personality. There are a range of specific tests that you need to be aware of. Mean what the test you can perform. Intelligence test mean measuring general intelligent abilities. Proficiency test mean measuring ability, skills to do the job. Aptitude test mean testing specific abilities, for example, physical dexterity. Psychometric test mean assess the thinking process of the person, whether he think positive or negative. Medical examination test to eliminate candidate with health problems, especially if you want to appoint a person who need to perform any physical work as a laborer. And a psychological and personality test mean test his profile and ask different questions regarding his personality. Assessment center group assessment mean candidate can be assessed in a group. Assessment center involves candidates being observed and evaluated by trained assessors as they are given a selection of pre-programmed exercise or trial. And these exercises may include group discussion. Through presentation, you can assess. Through questionnaire, you can assess. Simulation mean model. Mean conduct a model or copy of a original system and ask the employee to perform on that model. Through written test, you can assess the abilities. Through games, you can assess the abilities. Whether people are having a bonding with each other or not. Whether he is willing to work with others or not. Whether he is sporting in during the game with other or not. Like conduct a football match. Whether they are willing to pass the ball to others. If he want to retain ball with himself, I will go lonely. No, he's not a good team player. He will struggle while working in a group in art. Role play exercise mean ask a person to play a role. Through that you can understand his personality. Self appraisal. Nowadays, most of the interviewer ask, what are your strengths and weaknesses? And some people say, I don't have any weakness. I'm overconfident. Instead, providing answer, I might have some weaknesses that I haven't highlighted, but if that will be highlighted, I'll try to overcome. Rather than I don't have weaknesses, I'm a positive person. How you can say I can explain my weaknesses? There is no weakness in me. No, shouldn't be like that arrogant. Arrogant, that's one type of weakness. Peer rating. Peer rating means other colleagues will provide information. Like if you are recruiting internally, you can assess a person from his colleague. Peer means colleague with whom he was working regarding his personality, his way of working. And speeches mean through asking the person, okay, explain these things. Okay, tell me about yourself. Please provide introduction of yourself. Through this, you can assess the abilities. Assessor will be looking for evidence that candidate have certain abilities that are important in the job they have applied for. These criteria will change from job to job, but may include leadership or communication skills for management level, supervisor level as well. Limitation of testing mean what could be the problems of testing? Testing whether in a group or individual has several drawbacks include there is often no direct relationship between the ability in the test and ability in the job itself. So you need to prepare test according to the job role. They are subject to coaching and practice efforts. Interpretation of test results is more complex. Mean assessing abilities is a complex area that you need to focus. You should have experience and may be difficult to exclude bias from the test. You mean there shouldn't be any bias, mean personalization. What is references nowadays? References are different employers are requiring references from employees. You need to provide two references. Me, you need to provide name of two persons who are working in the industry and they know you. Why organization requiring that? Because if an employee have done something wrong with the organization and lost somewhere, so organization can trace him through his references. If there are no references, they will not be able to trace the person. If a person have provided references, obviously he will be in his mind, if I lost somewhere, they can trace me through them. Even my repute will be affected against the people who have provided reference. Or through references, organization can check the past experience of employee as well. Because if you have worked somewhere, this means you know people in the industry, and those people will provide your reference. This means you have worked actually. Sometimes organization require, okay, provide reference from your previous organization. Through this, they might try to find whether he was working properly in previous organization or not. Get a good character certificate from your previous organization. That will work as reference. So reference, the purpose of reference is to confirm facts about the candidate and increase the degree of confidence felt about information they provided during the selection process. Reference should contain two types of information: straightforward factual information, confirming the nature of applicant's previous job, period of employment, pay, and circumstances of living, and opinions about applicants' personality in other attributes. Through these are open to bias and should therefore be treated with caution. Many organizations ask for a minimum of two references. Not only they ask, they confirm as well. They confirm as well from those people you have provided reference for, you know him, including references from past employers as well as personal references which are likely to be more biased in favor of the candidate, mean any of your relative, friend who's working in the industry. References, while useful, have to be viewed with caution. Allowances must be made for prejudice, favorable or unfavorable. Through references, organization should be careful there is no favorable or unfavorable element. Clarity withholding detrimental remarks. They are providing proper remarks. Fear of being actionable for libel, although reference are privileged as long as they are factually correct and devoid malice. Malice mean wrong act. If asked to provide from previous employer company. Who should be the responsible for recruitment and selection? HR. If companies having HR department, HR, otherwise top management. Top. A line manager, the manager under whom that employee have to work. These people should conduct interview. They should select the candidate by assessing the skills. Senior management tend to be responsible for identifying the overall need of the organization, and they are usually involved in recruiting people. They will see whether there is a vacancy, either we need to fill the vacancy internally or outside. They will decide. If there is HR department, obviously they will advertise the vacancy, they will receive the application, they will conduct or arrange interview. So may be present in large organization, they may take over a responsibility for the recruitment and selection process. And who will conduct the interview, especially the technical interview? The line manager under whom you need to work. Are likely to be prospective managers for more junior candidates in smaller business. They may therefore have a sole responsibility for selection. Because the employee have to work under him for their help. So they will assess proper skills. In recruitment and selection, management need to focus on equal opportunities. Equal opportunities mean opportunities should be open for all to apply. For different area people, for different gender people as well. So equal opportunity refer to the belief that there should be an equal chance for all workers to apply and be selected for jobs, either internal. If you are offering internal, you need to offer to all. To be trained and promoted in employment and to have employment terminated fairly, the two main principles of equal opportunities are employers should only discriminate according to ability, experience, and potential, not according to age, not according to gender, not according to religion, ethnic group, nationalities. All employment decisions should be based on solely on a person's ability to do the job in question, with no consideration being taken of a person's gender, age, religion, origin, sexuality, disability, marital status. Otherwise, there will be discrimination. And if you are discriminating with the employees, you have to face legal action because there are serious laws against discrimination by the employer or by any other employee. Reason for adopting an equal or opportunity policy, it is morally wrong to treat part of population as inferior or inadequate. It is morally wrong to not consider equal opportunities. Organizations do not benefit from excluding any potential source of talent. Based on discrimination, you will not be able to find the best talent. Many countries now have legislation to prevent discrimination. And if you found, you have to face legal action. You will be fined as well, penalties as well. The organization will be able to improve its image. Obviously, if you are involved in discrimination, your repute will be affected. There are three types of discrimination: direct discrimination, indirect discrimination, and victimization. What is direct discrimination? While opening job advertisement, you said required a male person. This means you are directly discriminating. What kind of discrimination? Gender discrimination. What is indirect? Need a person without a beard. Need a person without a hijab. That is based on religious discrimination, indirect. What is victimization? You are going to recruit employee from within the organization, and an employee in previously have complained about it. Now you are not favoring him because he complained about you previously. That is victimization. So there are three types of discrimination. Back discrimination, this occurs when an employer treats an employees less favorably than other due to their gender, race. For example, if a driving job was only open for male applicants, this would be direct discrimination. This may be allowed by law in certain tightly defined circumstances, but you are discriminating gender-wise. Indirect discrimination, this occurs when a working condition or rule disadvantage one group of people more than other. For instance, a requirement for male employee to be clean shaved would put some religious group as disadvantaged. Male person required who is unmarried. Indirect discrimination. Because obviously if he will be married, he need to spend some time with his family. He will not be working on weekend. He will not be working longer hours. Obviously unmarried, you can call him anytime. But this is discrimination. Indirect discrimination is often illegal unless it is necessary for the working of the business and there is no way around it. I mean, you need to explain the circumstances why you are requiring. Victimization. This means an employer treating an employee less favorably because they have made or tried to make a complaint about his discrimination previously. You may have heard of the term positive discrimination. This refers to the practice of giving a preference to protected groups such as ethnic minority, older workers, or women. This is also not permitted under most legislation. Though you yourself are doing something right, giving priorities to women because they find having a job is difficult, so you are giving priority to women. You are giving priority to the most experienced aged people. But this is also a called discrimination, positive discrimination. The legal position mean if you are involved in discrimination or you are not following equal opportunities, you need to face some legal consequences. Employment legislation varies significantly from country to country. Some countries are having very strict employment legislation. Some are having not strict. But typically prevent discrimination in various areas include selection of candidates to interview or employ. There shouldn't be discrimination. Provision of promotion while promoting the employees, giving them training, there shouldn't be any discrimination. Working condition, there shouldn't be any discrimination. Provide same kind of working condition to all employees. While dismissing the employees, there shouldn't be any discrimination like the people who are near to you, you are keeping them, and the people who are far from you, not in good relation with you, you are going to dismiss them. This will be discrimination. In the UK, obviously we are studying ACCA and ACC based in UK. So they are giving example of any country law. So in the UK, this legislation outlaws discrimination based on age, disability, gender, reassignment, marriage and civil relationship, pregnancy and maternity, race, religion or belief, gender, sexual orientation, mean this will be considered illegal. Equal opportunity policy. Many organizations not only follow relevant legislation but actively establish their own internal equal opportunity policy. Mean they create some quota for the disabled people, they create some quota for the old age people, they create some quota for the female people as well. In order for this to be successful, the organization need to involve a member of a minority group and senior management in the creation of the policies. Meanwhile, defining policy, you need to include all the people. Communicate the policy to all members rather than just communicating to people who are near to you. Create action plan to how the organization will implement the policies. I mean, there should be proper system for implementing policies. If one person is not following, whether he is from top management, either from lower management, he need to face the action, disciplinary action in the similar way. Monitor whether the policies are being applied within the company. And the organization may want to consider the creation of the role of equal opportunities manager to help oversee this area of business activity. There is only one topic left. After this chapter is going to end. Diversity. While recruitment and selection mean appointing people, organization need to focus on diversity. What is mean by diversity? Different age, gender, skills, nationality. Even in Dubai, they have defined some rules for the diversity in a company. Like one nationality people should be maximum 20% of your total employees. Now they are going to implement this. I mean, no more than 20% of your employee are of same nationality. And if your organization is having 100 employees, only 20 people should be of same nationality. The other should be of different nationality. Diversity. I mean, there should be different age people because old age are having old knowledge. They haven't studied advanced technologies. Old age, the studies are based on cramming rather than analytical abilities. They are not that much innovative that young qualified people are nowadays. There was no technology included in subjects in previous studies. Like 10 years back in ACCA, nothing about technology. Even advanced technologies were not there at that time. So that's why different age group people should be there because the younger qualified people are more innovative. They can put some innovative ideas. Include data analytics or business. Exactly. Exactly. There should be different gender people. Male are more aggressive by nature, female are more caring. And to make a caring decision for best of all stakeholders, you need to include female as well. There should be different skill people, not only accountancy, there should be some IT skill people as well. Because now IT is prevailing in almost every field. There should be different nationality people because different nation can work in different ways. Through this, you can get different ideas how things should be done. Some nations are much more formal, some nations are informal. So you can set the culture system of the organization by having different nation people. But through this, there might be some conflicts as well due to different beliefs, different attitude toward different objects. So diversity and equal opportunity are related ideas through though they are distinct from each other. Diversity involves valuing all individuals for their differences and variety mean there should be variety of people in the organization. As well as the organization embracing people from different gender, race, sexual orientation as in equal opportunity, diversity goes further and extend appreciating the differences in employee attitude, working habit, personality, and experiences. People learn from others as well. And there is difference between diversity and equal opportunity. Equal opportunity is legally required. While diversity is voluntarily required, there is no legal requirement. Organization should have diversity. Diversity is a productivity driven. Mean if you are having different skills, different nature people, there will be more productivity. While equal opportunity is a legally driven mean, it's imposed. Diversity is a qualitative factor. Equal opportunities, quantitative, number of people. Diversity, different skills, different ideas, qualitative factors. Diversity is opportunity focused because if you are having different skills people, you can capture more opportunities. While equal opportunity is a problem focused, mean to resolve the problem. If you are not focusing on equal opportunities, you have to face legal problems, legal issues, fines, penalties. Diversity is inclusive. You are including different ideas. You are including different skills into the organization. While equal opportunity is a targeted, mean you are targeting these number of people, as per law. Diversity is proactive, mean before facing the issue, you are having different skills. While equal opportunity is reactive against the law, adopt according to law. The benefit of diverse workforce, if you are having diversity, what benefit organization can achieve? Increase competitive advantage because you will be having more innovative ideas. You will perform better than competitor. Maximization of the organization HR potential. In HR are having different skill people. Increase creativity and innovation. Broader range of skills present within the organization. Better customer relation and service to diverse customers because customer need different opinions. So there will be expert who can provide expert opinion to the customer. Ability to recruit the best talent from the entire labor pool and improved working relation in an atmosphere of inclusion mean everybody will be included into decision making. So organization need to monitor its recruitment and selection process, whether it is going properly or not. They need to monitor there is no discrimination. They need to monitor equal job opportunities are provided. They need to monitor organization is meeting diversity or not. Who should monitor? Obviously, top management. If there is no monitoring, obviously organization will not be meeting equal opportunities or diversity. So once an organization is committed to diversity in its workforce, it will need to proactively monitor and manage the need of its workforce. To maintain the diversity, they need to provide training opportunities for the employees so that they can refresh, they can update their knowledge. There should be some seminars. So this will become more complex and more diverse. The organization employees become an individual and group have different needs and wants that the employer will need to take account of. With different skills, people are having different need wants that you need to provide them. So managing their need will therefore involve tolerance of individual differences, mean there will be some differences due to different nationality, different skill people, mean there will be some conflict that you need to tolerate because conflicts are inevitable, mean unavoidable. Effective communication and motivation of diverse workforce that you need to focus. Managing workers with increasingly diverse family structure and responsibilities. You need to assign responsibilities. Managing the adjustment to be made by increasing aged workforce. Mean how old people should work with younger people you need to focus on. Managing increasing diverse career aspiration pattern and way of organizing working life, including flexible working hours. Mean different skill people do their tasks differently. And confrontation issues of literacy, numeracy, and differences in qualification is an international workforce. So you need to check whether people are confronting, mean adopting these things or not. And this chapter finish. Let's discuss some MCQs to wind this chapter properly. A has been asked to attend a job interview. He has been told that he will be interviewed by the finance director first, followed by the HR director. What type of interview is A going to experience? Group? No, he is alone. There are no more candidates. Panel? Mean there are so many people conducting the interview. Stress? We haven't been given any stress situations. What is the succession mean level to level? Number two, which of the following is not an example of indirect discrimination? In which is direct discrimination? Asking an interviews whether the candidate was planning to have a family in the near future. And if he is not married, whether you will marry in future, or if he is from other country, whether you will bring your family here. Obviously, if family will be here, he will not be working longer hours, he will not be working on weekends. So this is indirect discrimination. Advertising for job vacancies exclusively in magazine predominantly read by men. This is also indirect. I mean, you have advertised a job vacancy in a magazine that is used mostly by men. Because there are some magazines for female where females products are advertised. Specifying in job advertisement that only people under the age of 30 should apply for the vacancy. This is direct. In above 30, you are not allowing job. Giving less favorable term to part-time workers who are predominantly. This is also indirect. So what is direct? C. Number three, C Limited is a company that makes chemicals for sale across the world. It needs to hire new members of staff for a role in its chemical engineering center. This role is highly specialized and complex, with the employee required to have a large number of skills and competencies. C is considering using a popular recruitment consultant to help it locate a suitable candidate. I mean, through consultants, you are going to recruit. Let's see. Which of the following statement is correct regarding this choice? It will always be cheaper for CE to use a consultant. No, consultant is expensive. This is not correct. The recruitment consultant may lack the skills. No, 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 no. If he having skill, obviously you are using him. It is likely that recruitment consultants will find suitable candidates more quickly than C itself. No, it will require time. Recruitment consultants are typical only used to find unskilled or semi-skilled workers. Yes, because for highly skilled people, you need to conduct interview by yourself. Number four, GPN PLC manufactures a farming equipment and is looking to hire a large number of unskilled workers for a new factory that it is about to open in a city in the south of country U. Unskilled workers, laborers. Which of the following is likely to be most appropriate location for GBN to advertise for these jobs? GBN's own website, laborer, not see the website. National television, no, it's more expensive. Local newspaper or radio, yes. Farming, trade, publication and journals, no, that is also used by managers. Number five. Which of the following is not a reason for adopting an equal opportunity policy within an organization? Not a reason. Legal requirement is a reason. Improved organization reputation. Obviously, if you not follow, your reputation will affect. Reduction in labor cost. This is not the reason. Ethical correct? Yes. So C is not the reason. Number six. A has placed an advert in her local paper for an employee to work in her shop. The advert states that A is looking for a female shop assistant who must be under the age of 25 and should be married. Which of the type of discrimination states above? Direct? No, indirect. There is no victimization. So which option? Option. Let's take a break. After break, we will discuss chapter 20. So let's start chapter 20. The name of chapter is individual, group, and team behavior. And in this chapter, we will learn mainly about a team. But before moving to team, we will learn about individual behavior, mean how individuals behave positive towards work. And then we will discuss about a team, what is the importance of team, how good a team can be created, how team can be formed. So let's discuss about individual first. Individual mean people are working on their own rather than in a group form. Mean individual responsibility. Here are some characteristics of individual behavior. Means some people behave positively towards their work. Some people behave negative towards their work. Mean accept their work, behaving positive. Not accepting mean behaving negative. What could be the factors? What could be the reasons? Motivational level. Motivation means satisfaction. If people are having a high motivation, mean high satisfaction about their organization, about their reward, about their role, they will behave positive towards the work. They will accept the work. And if motivation level is down, mean not satisfied regarding working condition, regarding job role, regarding reward, they will behave negative towards the work. Perception. If people are having positive perception in their mind about the work, like by completing this task, I will move up, I will be growing, I will learning something, they behave positive towards the work. If for any task they are having a negative perception, negative feelings in their mind, so they behave negatively. Depends upon attitude. Attitude mean feeling and behavior. If about any task, people are having positive feeling, mean they like the task, they behave positively. If they are having low feeling or having no feeling about the task, because might be that task doesn't match to their interest, their personality, they will behave negatively. It depends upon personality of the people. Some people are having different interest according to their personality. Right. So they behave towards different tasks accordingly. So these are some factors based on which people either behave positively, mean individual either behave positively or negatively. Positively mean they will willingly accept the task. Negatively mean they will not willingly accept the task. Motivation level, perception, attitude, and personality. There is a one theory, role theory about individual behavior. Role theory about individual behavior. What is this role theory? A role is the pattern of behavior expected by someone who occupies a particular position. Mean people perform different role at a different position. People perform different roles at different positions. And there are some key terms, key factors that are involved in role theory. Role behavior, role set, and role science. Role behavior, role set, and role sign. Role behavior means according to their job rank, people perform some roles. According to their job rank, people perform some roles. If they are having a high rank, they will perform a high level of job role. If they are having a low rank, they perform low level of role. mean it's based upon the person at what level he is considering himself. If one person think I'm going to be promoted in next month, he will start doing that work from today onward. That is called role behavior. Mean people perform according to the position they are having are going to be. What is role set? It's according to others. Mean what other expect from you, people are performing a role according to other expectations. In people perform role according to their position. What is a role behavior? What the person himself considering his role will be or his position will be, he start performing that role from today. And role set, what other people consider about you, people perform role accordingly, people expectation. And what is role sign? Role sign depends upon some physical things like uniform, like dress. People perform role according to these physical appearance sign like uniform or dress. So what is role behavior? Certain type of behavior can be associated with a particular role in an organization. For instance, a member of staff who expect to be promoted shortly. Mean after 1 month, I will be promoted to manager level. He will start performing the role of manager level from today. That is called role behavior. May begin acting as if they have already been put in charge. Role set according to expectation of others. What other expect from you, people will perform that. So this describes the people who respond to an individual in a particular role. For example, a clerk and junior barrister, barrister means lawyer, would form part of senior barrister role set. And role sign, these are visible indicators of role. Style of dress, uniforms are typical example of role sign. For example, in a military, different uniforms and styles of a dress indicate status and position in the hierarchy. So people perform role according to the uniform, badges, or position. Role theory also identified several problems that expected according to people. Mean there are three issues in role theory: role ambiguity, role conflict, and role incompatibility. Role ambiguity means there is misconception about the role of people. Means some people think my role is that, but they are performing something different. Might their original role is different than what they are performing. That is called role ambiguity. Role conflict mean you are performing a role that other were not expecting from you. Like while working in accounts department, suppose there are different accountants working in accounts department. All are doing accounting task. If one accountant is making some fraud and other colleague has highlighted that fraud to top management, obviously his role was not to highlight fraud. But if he is highlighting that, so that will be called role conflict. Mean other were expecting your role is also like them to focus on accounting, but you are performing some different role. That is called role conflict. And what is role incompatibility? Role incompatibility mean the task given to you is not aligned with your experience, skills, or qualification. That is the role problem of incompatibility. Mean a person haven't any experience of a management level, but organization have promoted you as a manager. Obviously, if you don't have experience of management level, you will not be able to perform that role because the role is not compatible with your past experience or qualification. So there are three problems that organization face according to role ambiguity. Mean people are not having clarity about their roles. Might be organization expecting something different, but they are not performing that because they are not clear. Might be their role, job responsibilities are not defined in a chart. Role conflict, where you are performing a role that other were not expecting from you. And role incompatibility, where the role assigned you is not matching with your past experience, skills, or qualification. So role theory also identifies the several problems that these expected pattern of behavior may cause. Role ambiguity. This arises when an individual is unsure of what role they are to play. Might be not communicated to you properly or not written down formally in a chart. Or other are unclear of the person's role and so hold back cooperation. This can arise, for example, when a new member joins an established group and role ambiguity problem arise with the new employees. With existing employees, there might be role conflict. New employees, there will be role ambiguity because at start they are not clear about their boundaries, about their roles. Role conflict, this occurs when individuals find a clash between different roles they have adopted. If an accountant uncovers, mean highlight a fraud perpetrated, mean done by one of their friend, their colleague, their role as a professional and a friend may conflict with each other because they were expecting you will also perform accounting work only. But you have highlighted that fraud. So this is called role conflict. Mean you have done something beyond their routine work. But being a professional, it is your duty. Being a professional, it is your duty. If there is any wrong thing going on, you need to highlight. Role incompatibility, this occurs when individual experience expectation from outside group about their role that are different to their own role expectation. Mean you have been given a task, given a position that is not matching with your past experience, your skills. You are expecting role will be assigned according to my skills experience, but that is not assigned accordingly. That is called role incompatibility. So ambiguity, not clarity of role for new employees. Conflict, doing something different. You have done right, but other were not considering you can do that. Incompatibility, role not matching with your skills experience. So this is about individual behavior. Mean individual behave positively or negatively either due to motivation level, perception, attitude, personality, and role theory. People perform role according to position. Some behave or start behaving a role of a future position role behavior. Some perform a role according to other expectation role set. Some perform a role according to some physical appearance like uniform, role sign, and three problems in role theory: role ambiguity, unclear role about the position, role conflict. Others are not clear about your role incompatibility, role is not matching with your skills. What is group? Before moving to team, we need to discuss group so that we can differentiate between group and team. Group is a collection of people who are working together for a specific task. Collection of people, combination of people working together for a specific task. Group is like any department of the organization. Accounts department, it's a group of people working together for accounting functions. Marketing department, group of people working together for marketing purpose. This is called a group. There are some characteristics of the group. Have a sense of identity, mean everybody belong to a department, so that is their identity. Mean a sale representative, marketing representative, accounts department representative. They are loyal to each other. Obviously, they need to work together. They are have relating to similar departments, so they will be loyal to each other, and they are working for a purpose, and there might be a leader like manager of the department in group. These are the characteristics of group. Group are of two types, informal and formal. Formal group is a group that is formed by company management. Why company management form? For a specific purpose objective. And this group will be permanent. Like if one member leave, management will appoint another member to fill the role. And there will be some rules that everybody have to follow. There will be a leader who is guiding, directing, monitoring others. So formal, formed by management. They will be having any objective. There will be some rules that everybody have to follow, and it will be permanent as well. And there will be a leader of the group as well. Informal group is a group who is not formed by management, who is formed by people themselves through their communication, friendship, interaction with each other. They might not be having any objective. Like employee have created a group, okay, we will share lunch together at lunchtime, so that we will be having a good time with each other. At end of day, we will go to gym together. Is that any objective purpose of the organization? No. No. Who formed them? They themselves. They themselves. Through interaction, communication, friendship. There might not be any leader. There might not be any rules that they have to follow. And this will not be permanent as well. If one of the active member left the group might be finished. This is informal. In organization, both type of group exist. Is informal is a bad group? No. It will help the organization in quick communication. Because informal information passes through formalities, that is a slow down process. But informal information passes through gossip. So it can help organization in implementing quick communication as well as quick decision making. So informal group, these are groups that individual voluntarily join to meet their social or security needs, so that they can protect from top management. That's why they have created a group of laborers, employees like trade union, or for just time passing, so that we will be having chat with each other. Individual members are dependent upon each other and influence each other behavior, mean there might not be any leader who is influencing, controlling others. For example, employee who sit together and chat at lunchtime. Well, formal, these are groups that are created to carry out specific tasks. Who created? Top management of the organization. Communicate and solve problems. Membership is normally determined by the organization, and they will be permanent. If one person will leave, management will appoint another person. For example, a project team put together to deliver a new payroll system. Group behavior are of three types. In group behave in three ways: assertive, aggressive, passive. Assertive mean win-win situation. Aggressive mean win lose, while passive mean lose win. Mean if group making a decision for best of themselves and best for others, meaning best of all, that will be assertive behavior of the group. That will minimize the conflict, will help to resolve the conflict. If group thinking best of themselves but not best of others, mean we will get benefit, there will get nothing. That will be called aggressive behavior. And this will create more conflict with others. If group sacrificing their best for the best of others, lose win. Why? Might be previously you got some favor, now it's your turn to provide favor to others. So that behavior will be called passive behavior to eliminate conflict with others. We shouldn't have any conflict with others. We need to be in good books of others. So when dealing with other individual within a group, people can adopt different types of behavior. Assertive. This is direct, honest, and professional communication. I mean, not only you are conveying your message, you are listening to others as well. Because you want win-win situation. It often involves insisting on your right without violating the right of others. I mean, you want to take your right, but you want to provide other rights as well. Aggressive, win-lose. This violates another person's right. I mean, you are not considering the position of other people. You are just focusing on your benefit and can often lead to more conflict with others. And passive behavior is giving into an other person's in the belief that their rights are more important than yours. That's why you are leaving your benefit and providing benefit to others. This might be where there is a issue is more important for others, not for you. Or might be they entertained you previously, now your turn to provide benefit to others. Mean through this, you are trying to avoid conflict. Through aggressive, there will be more conflict. Through assertive, you trying to resolve or minimize conflict. Aggressive is assertive is not to avoid conflict, is to reduce or minimize conflict. So group members' behavior could be assertive, could be aggressive, or could be passive. The contribution of individual and a team to organization. Group usually have several key benefits over individuals. I mean, if people are working in group rather than individually, what could be the benefit? If you have assigned role responsibility group based rather than individual based, what could be the benefits? A mixture of skills and abilities. Obviously, different skills, different ability will work together in a mixture. So there will be more productivity. Synergy. What is synergy? What is 2 plus 2? 5. 5. Synergy mean 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. Or 1 plus 1 is equal to 11. 11. Or you can say 1 plus 1 is equal to 3. Could be 11. Mean if productivity level will be increased. Two individual work separately. He has generated 2, he has generated 2, that will be 4. If two individuals work together, there will be some extra benefit of working two experts together. Those extra benefits will be called synergy. Now 2 plus 2 is equal to 5. So through group, we can achieve synergy. Through individual responsibility, there will be no synergy. Through group, we can increase flexibility. Increase flexibility means if one person is absent, other people in the group will solve his work, will complete his work. In individual responsibility, no people bother about other work, they focus on their work only. Better control mean through group, we can control people behavior better way through communication. Increased motivation because they are having social relationship, friendship with each other. So that will create satisfaction. We'll try to resolve stress factor. If stress is not there, there will be more satisfaction and motivation. Improved communication among workers, they will be having good relationship. Healthy competition within the organization mean people will compete with each other, but that will provide benefit to the organization. Mean there will not be any personal issues with each other because they need to work as a group. They need to complete the task as a group because the reward will be based on group rather than individual. However, placing employees in a group is not always more efficient. There are number of problems as well. If people are working in a group, it will slow down the decision making process because might be for one option, three people are willing, four are not willing. Second option, two people are willing, five are not willing. Individual can make a decision quickly. In group, because you need to decide through discussion with each other. So this result in slow in decision making. Tend to produce decisions that are compromises means some people might be accepting a decision unwillingly. If they are accepting unwillingly, there will be no motivation. They will not put full efforts towards completing the task. Group pressure to conform might be there is a pressure like you have to work together while they don't want to see each other faces, but they are working in a pressure. So they will be achieving quantity, not the quality, because they were not working willingly. Group have a lack of individual responsibility. Obviously, if one person is lacking any skills, other are providing that he is not able to develop his skill because he is not working on his own, because people learn by working on their own. Group risk having too much social interaction mean there could be some conflict struggle between group members. Competition and conflict will be destructive, will be problematic for the organization if there is no good communication between group members. So we have covered individual behavior. We have covered what is group. Now we are moving towards a team. There is a difference between group and team. Group collection of people working together for specific tasks. Team is also a collection of people working together for a specific task. What's the difference? The difference is that group members are of having the same skills. They are relating to accounts department or we are having accounting skills. If the group of marketing department all will be having marketing skills, while team is a multi skills. Different individuals work together. Multi skills. Teams are formed to complete a project. What is mean by project? A new task that haven't been performed before. While group perform routine tasks, team perform new tasks. Normally, team after completing the task disbanded mean temporary, while group are permanent because it is a department. These are the three main differences between group and team. Group permanent, team temporary. Group is of having same skills, while team is of multi-disciplinary, multi-skills. Group have to focus on routine tasks, while team have to focus on project mean new task. Normally, team consists of small number of people, while group is a large number. So a team is more than a group. Multi-skilled people, small number of people having to focus on new tasks. A team can be described as any group of people who must significantly relate to each other in order to accomplish a shared objectives. And team usually shared a common goal. Mean that task cannot be achieved working individually. Enjoy working together. Are committed to achieve certain goals. They are committed. They are focusing on the new task. Are made up of diverse individual mean different skill people. Are loyal to their team and its project, new task, and have a sense of team spirit mean there will be strong team unity. Because without working together, they cannot complete the project. They will be rewarded after completing the project. A team is therefore a formal group being formed by company management. Team cannot be formed informal. Group could be informal, but team obviously formed for a project through company management. It will have its own culture, leader, and will be geared towards achieving a particular objective. For an effective team, according to our writer Balbin, there must be people of performing 9 roles. If any of the role is missing, team will not be effective. So according to Balbin, effective team must be having a people or performing 9 roles. It's not saying there should be 9 people. No, one person can perform more than one role. But if any of these role is missing, team will not be effective. There should be a person who is a leader. Leader mean coordinator, who will guide, direct others, who will motivate others towards achieving the task. There must be a shaper. Shaper mean coach, who will promote activities, dominant, and extrovert. Extrovert mean speaking person. There should be one person as a plant. Plant mean to put something. Mean there should be one person if team is struck into problem, he need to provide innovative idea. He need to put a solution so that a team can progress. Mean thoughtful and thorough provoking ideas person, innovative mind. To put something when team is struggling, he need to put innovative idea how to resolve it. There should be one person of monitor, evaluator, who will monitor the problem in more detail and find the causes behind the problem. Mean criticizes other ideas, brings the team down to the earth. Mean in detail, he will find the causes for the problems so that solution can be defined. Resource investigator who will find different information and share with the team members. Extrovert, networker, look for alternative solution mean finding different ideas and sharing with team members. Implementer who is a reliable person who know how to put the task to the end. How to put the plan into reality, that is implementer mean administrator, organizer, turns ideas into practical solution. Team worker who try to resolve conflict, who try to create good relationship between the team members. Mean trying to establish communication channel between team members if they are having conflict with each other. And computer finisher a trustworthy person who will keep the work of a task on track and try to finish it. Implementer will start, while computer finisher will complete the task. And a specialist is a person who is having expert knowledge, and according to expert knowledge, he can help the team to resolve problem like IT related person, finance related person, engineering related person. Through their skills expert, they can help the team to resolve issues in expert. So leader, coordinator, guider, director, shaper, coach, plant, putting innovative ideas to resolve the solution, monitor, evaluator, finding the causes behind the problems, resource investigator, who is sharing different information with the team members, implementer, who will put the plan into action, means start the work, team worker, resolve conflict through communication, computer finisher, who know how to complete the task, and specialist, through expert knowledge, he can find solution to the problem. If any of the role is missing, team will not be effective. There is no need for 9 people. Might be one person performing more than one role, but all roles should be there in the team. So Balbin was not arguing that every team has to have a minimum of 9 members. Individuals within the team could take on more than one role each. As long as all roles are filled, the team will be more likely to be effective. If any of the role is missing, team will not be effective. There is another writer, Tuckman, who have defined there are different stages in a team formation. Mean, it's not that easy. You have brought together different people and they have started work and they have completed the task. No, it's not that much easy. There are different stages in a team formation. There are mainly 4 stages in team formation: forming, storming, norming, and performing. Forming means you have brought together different people to make a team. They are not aware about their role responsibility. They are just seeing at each other faces who's in the team. What every person need to perform, it's not clear. That stage is called forming. At that stage, leader will explain why we have brought together, what is our objective, and who will perform what. For an effective team, it is necessary that they should make decision collectively. They shouldn't impose decision making. So after defining the role, task, objective, there will be storming stage because everybody will try to complete the easiest task. For difficult tasks, they will refer to others. So when this situation arises, there will be storm. Storm means there will be struggle, conflict between team members based on role responsibility or based on position, power, authority. There will be gangs of team members, grouping of team members, that is called storming stage. And if team is stuck at storming stage, their progress will be delayed. So leader have to play a role at storming stage. He has to communicate with all team members. We need to focus on task rather than our personal issues. If he is not involving himself to resolve conflict, team will struggle. So if leader has involved himself, he has motivated the individuals to focus on the work rather than personal issues. So team will move towards a norming stage. Norming mean they collectively define some rules how to work. They collectively define each other responsibility, who will do what. Norms mean good relationship has been created between team members. Role, responsibility have been clear to each other. And then team will work together and they will produce results. That is performing stage. I mean, without norming, team cannot perform. And bringing team together, they will not be having norming. There will be storming first that need to be resolved. If a storm mean conflict are resolved, people will be having norms. Norms mean rules, policies, procedures, and then they will perform. So in team formation, there are four stages involved. Forming, bringing together people, nothing is clear. Storming, struggle, conflict based on role, responsibility, power. Gangs, leader has to involve himself to resolve the conflicts. And if conflicts are resolved, there will be norms. And if people have adopted norms, role, responsibility, rules, policies, they will work together and perform. So Tuckman defined four stages first, then he added two more stages, dorming and adjourning. What is dorming? If team have completed the task being performed, there will be a stage called dorming. Mean team is satisfied after completing the task. Now you need to assign any other task to the team by changing some members or keeping all the members as a team for other tasks. That is called dorming stage. After completing the task, they have to assign another task by changing some members or keeping all the members. That is called dormant. But if team is created for a project means task. After completing the task, team will be disbanded. If team is disbanded, that is called adjourning. Mean after performing, either there will be dorming, mean team will be reformed for new task, or there will be adjourning called mourning, mean team will be disbanded after completing the task. So forming brought together people, storming conflict, norming defined rules, behavior, relationship, performing working together and produce the results. And after producing, either there will be dorming for further tasks, reform the team, or disband the team, mean adjourning mark. Team effectiveness depends upon certain factors who define these two writers, Peters and Waterman. They said for an effective team, there are some factors. Team should be small. The smaller the number of people, there will be more unity. The more number of people, there will be lesser unity. Because people are of different skills, diverse nature, different personalities. So if they are more in numbers, there will be less unity. If they are small, there will be more unity, team will be effective. Team should have limited duration because if the task need to be complete within 1-2 months, there will be more motivation. If the task need to be complete in 6 years, so for 6 years, people will not work together because some people will be finding some opportunities, leaving, new members joining, again storming, again norming. So that will affect the team effectiveness. So number of people should be small and work duration should be shorter. And a team member should be voluntarily accepting the task rather than imposed. I mean, decision making should be mutual rather than imposed. If team members are not willing to work within a team will not be effective. They should voluntarily, they should be willingly part of the team. They are accepting the task. And communication should be informal and unstructured, mean team members should have informal communication. There shouldn't be any formal channel. There shouldn't be any hierarchy. Everybody working on the same level. So at same level, they can communicate with each other informal, because through informal communication, there will be good relationship. And a team should be action oriented, mean everybody is doing something. If some people are doing something, other are not doing, mean everybody have to perform a role. If one person is not performing, other are performing, there will be conflict, blame culture. So team should be small, task time duration should be short, there should be good communication. People are voluntarily joined the team and accepting the task, and everybody is performing any action. Building the team and improving effectiveness, mean for an effective team, there should be improved communication. There should be trust with each other, and social interaction, mean good relationship with each other. If these things are not there, obviously team will not perform properly. How we can measure performance of team? Team performance can be measured in 3 E's: economy, efficiency, effectiveness. What is meant by economy? To see whether team has achieved their task in lowest cost or not by utilizing minimum resource, by utilizing less material, less labor. Efficiency means minimum input, maximum output. Mean whether team have achieved the task with minimum input, mean minimum labor hours, minimum material, or use that material labor hours, but they have produced more units. And effectiveness mean meeting objective. Mean if team have met their objective for which team was formed, this means team is effective. So there are many possible ways of measuring team effectiveness, including the degree to which the team achieved its stated objective and the quality of its output, mean effectiveness. Team member satisfaction as well. If they are satisfied, this means team has performed better. When satisfaction will be not be there when team haven't meet objective. Efficiency, the resources used to achieve team objective. Management could measure these through the use of questionnaire from team members. They can ask questions. Interviews are direct observation of the team. Team rewards could then be designed to not only motivate the individuals within the group, but also encourage cooperation and responsibility sharing between the team members. Mean team reward should be team based rather than individual based. And this chapter is finished. MCQ number 1. A manager has recently emailed 2 individuals in his team asking for them to submit report to him. One worker did so while the other failed to. He didn't submit the report. The second worker, when asked, stated that she thought that the wording of the email means that it didn't reply to her. Which characteristics of individual behavior is a manager having difficulties with? Is that relating to motivation? No. Perception? Perception, ideology. Attitude, feeling and behavior, or personality? Perception, because she was thinking might be there is no need for reply, so that's why she didn't behave accordingly. Number 2, consider the following type of group behavior. Avoidance of conflict. What you need to do, which of these would not be characteristics of an ineffective group? Mean what are the characteristics of effective group? Effective group. Avoidance of conflict. For effective group, there could be conflicts. Small number of members. For effective team, they are treating group and team same. Lack of communication. No. It's for in fact is strong pressure for group members to conform. This is problem. Clear objective.
Yes.
Dominating individual members. No. So 2 and this is 5 and this is 6. 2 and 5.
Clear objection.
B.
B.
Number 3. Y has recently started a new job in a store. She has been asked to wear a uniform that identifies her as a junior member of staff and which is quite different from those worn by store managers. According to role theory, what is Y's uniform? An example of role behavior, role set, role conflict, role sign.
Role sign.
Role sign. Because behavior is according to your position, what you are expecting. Set according to others. Role conflict, that is something different. Number 4. Consider the following statements regarding group effectiveness. Which of these statements are correct? Group decision making may be slower than individual decision making.
No.
Group decision making may be slower than individual decision making. Which of the following statements are correct?
Slower because
they need to discuss things with you. Competition may exist in group which is always destructive. Not always destructive.
No.
Through competition, there might be innovative ideas. Group tend to produce decisions that are compromises and may be less effective than those made by individual. There are some compromises as well. Individual decisions are subject to more control than those made by group. No, group are more control rather than individual. So 1 and 3. Which of the following type of behavior is more likely to diffuse conflict when dealing with other people?
Assertive.
Assertive.
Aggressive will be not passive.
Aggressive, there will be more conflict.
More conflict.
Passive will avoid conflict rather than diffuse. Number 6. He works as a finance director for a small company. She has recently been asked by the human resource department to take charge of hiring a new members of staff for her team. She wishes to hire the best candidate that she has interviewed, but knows that this will cost more than she has been allowed in her departmental budget by the board of directors. What is D experiencing?
Role conflict.
Role ambiguity, role incompatibility, role conflict, role behavior. Conflict. That's it for today. There are 5 chapters left: 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Probably next 3 lectures we can complete the syllabus. I assume it practice question you people are covering by yourself.
Yes.
Along with each chapter.
Is there will be any mock test?
There will be a mock test. There will be a mock
After
test.
completing all the chapters.
Yeah.
This is next 3.
If you want, you can attempt this paper till 10th of March.
I'm attending on 8th March.
Yeah, that's fine. We will complete easily before that.
Because Christine, I'm planning to sit in exam 15 March.
15 March, that's fine. Because we're going to start next semester from 18th of March. So try to attempt before that.
I suggested Christina for 8th BT, 15th MA, FA 29.
Yeah, that's good. So see you in next class.
I'm planning to give exams 15, 22, and 29.